Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm late. Couldn't find the Ethernet cable. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me well? I'll also turn on the reference so you guys know what we're working on. Wait a second. One second, I'll be back. Whoop. That's more like it. Okay, that's nice. Cool, so last time we left off here, and then I had a big move. Had to move apartments, and now I'm back. I literally haven't touched this guy in a month, but I'm itching too. Let me turn on the chat as well. Hello, John Davis. Welcome. Okay. I think it's all working now. Finally. Phew. So I was thinking this stream we could give this guy some shoes, and I found some references. Like these. Show you what his shoes look like. That's his portrait. For now, I think we can remove it. We don't need it. So I want to take full advantage of ZModeler on this stream and everything else that ZBrush has to offer. Okay. Let's get into it, and if you guys have any questions at any point, please let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. Hi Phoenix, welcome. First of all, let's get the shoe shape right. The easiest way in my head to do it, let's start from a blob. We'll turn off perspective, go to brush, and what am I looking for? I very rarely use this, but it's really cool. You can tell that I very rarely use it. Where is it? Am I blind? Oh well, it will come back to me. Let's do it the other way. Duplicate the model. Delete the levels, and now we're just gonna Control Shift drag to get this area cut off, and then I'm gonna delete hidden using my handy little menu that I set up, and it's mapped to one of my buttons on the stylus. Now we can Dynamesh, why not? It's a bit too high though. Yeah, something like that is better. Inflate it a little bit. And mesh it again, you know the drill. One of my favorite combos is Move Brush with Backface Mask turned on. It allows you to very quickly fill in gaps. And I like to use it when working with Dynamesh. Now if I wanted to flatten it, there are a few ways to do it. By flatten it, I mean the bottom part. I can use slice, or I can use knife, or I can use clip. Clip is the least likely to cause a crash in my experience. So you're dragging out the square, or it doesn't have to be square, it can be any shape, you can change it here. And the area that the square contains is gonna be left after you let go. So anything that's outside the area will be clipped. And then you can do Dynamesh again to get rid of any weird artifacts. I do it pretty often when I use Dynamesh in my workflow. Similar to how I like to always delete history in Maya. And the same principle. Okay, now again, move brush, backface mask. If you don't know where to find it, it's in shadows in the way. Yep. Then brush, auto masking, backface mask. Wait, and I just dragged it out onto my UI because I use it so much. Gonna use the reference that I found to reshape this foot. I should probably color it something else so it doesn't look so fleshy. And I'll switch to basic material as well. Now, if we wanted to this bit, I could also use trim lasso. Ooh, okay. Getting this bit as well. Interesting. Do slice circle and set it to lasso. Nice. Sliced it. I see. Now, if we Control W this, then we can just invert it. Nice. Delete hidden. Now let's disable backface mask. Another cool thing, let's say you wanted to affect the object, but not just from the angle that you're seeing it, but kind of like laser beaming through the model and getting the entire silhouette, or should I say the entire section that you want to adjust. So for me, I want to adjust the tip of the shoe to go up a bit. But I don't want to just move it here, I want to move it here as well. So you can do BM, move infinite depth, so N. Let's need to disable dynamic. But yes, this basically moves everything that's in its way, not just the vertices that you can see from this angle. Really cool. To the base-ish. Ooh. A bit wonky. Let's bring this one out a bit. Again with the BMM. Brush, move infinite. Also bring out this bit. Something like that. I can just smooth out the little bumps. How's it going? I see this shoe. It's shoe time. Yes, it is. I'm doing good, thank you. Just moved into a new place. Might notice the setup is a bit different if you follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I'm settling in nice and mossy too. I might make an appearance later in the stream. I'll bribe her with snacks. So she can grace us with her presence. Okay, now from the front. This looks wonky. And fix that. Oh. Now let's just Control W to create one polygroup. Now let's see. I have a feeling a big chunk of it needs to be cut off, and by that I mean this part. Perhaps it's a bit too thick though. Like so. Minus these little bits. Let's do auto groups and then okay. Let's split hidden. Okay. So good. More or less the shape that we need. Let's just extend it like this a bit. Cool. Now what I like to do before I zero mesh is go into deformation, polish by groups a few times. What it does, it smooths the border so it's less jagged and more smooth. It helps zero mesher for whatever reason. Let's slice it along the bottom and maybe, yeah, that's good enough. Go to geometry, zero mesher, set target to something lower, keep groups. Smooth groups can be set to something lower. Hey, not bad. Not quite what I want. Let's set it to something even lower. Okay, it's giving 5k. Makes sense. Set it lower. Not bad. That at all, except for this bit of the triangle. I don't really like it. We could get rid of it with modeler though. Let's go back a bit. Edge loop. Group loops. I want to have a border around this polygroup. Now all I gotta do is do auto groups on these. Like so. Here in world. Now let's try the zero mesher again. But now we have this border going around. Nice. That's what I want. Thank you, zero mesher. Красота. Thank you. turn the chat back on. One sec. I wish this YouTuber that does mostly gaming content. He plays a lot of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and all the other ones too, the older ones. He's got quite a big following, and he's quite known in the community of Zelda players. But I think they've been begging, his followers have been begging him to stream his games, because he just records videos, then edits them creatively and puts it on his YouTube channel. But people are like, hey, how about a stream? How about a stream? So he just refuses to do them for whatever reason. But then when he records videos, he pretends like he's talking to the chat. So he'll, like, I don't know, role play with the chat. He'll how should I say it? He'll, like, create these scenarios where people would be, like, talking to him, and then he would make it into a video, upload it, and then all the comments would be like, ah, you almost fooled me that you streamed and I missed it. Not sure why he goes out of his way to do that, but I find it funny. Greetings from San Francisco. Hi Layla, how are you doing today? Hope all is well. Hi Quicks. Wow, thank you. San Francisco, what time is it there? So we have like 17 hour difference of you guys. I'm in Brisbane, Australia. Difference is crazy. But I'm doing well, thank you. Struggling to make the shoe shape. We'll get there. Очень крутая детализация. Сколько часов ушло на эту модель? The detail is insane. How many hours have you put into this model so far? I appreciate dubbing the comment so I can answer in English as well. But I can answer in Russian as well, if you wanted to. This one, not too long. It's just I don't get a lot of time to work on it outside of work hours. So this is the 5th stream, I think, that I've been working on him. But I stream for maybe like 1 hour or 2. Sometimes 3, rarely. So I don't know, 2 hours by 5 streams, 10 hours or so. A bit more, most likely, because I worked on him outside of streams once. It's maybe like 15 hours, I want to say. .45 in the afternoon, just finishing up some texturing for work. Ooh. Oh, so it must be Friday. Did they say Friday? Okay, no, that's cringe. But yeah, happy Friday. It's already Saturday here. Lovely. Although my neighbors are being very noisy. But I have this noise, like digital noise gate on my NVIDIA broadcast app that uses the graphics card to remove all the noise, so you guys don't have to hear it. I hope it's working well. Because I set everything up, I'm like, okay, perfect. And then they start drilling. I'm Come on a Saturday on a Saturday morning, really? Okay, let's. I don't really like how it ends here in this pointy bit. I think that's what's throwing me off. Let's smooth it, zero mesh it. Smooth it, zero mesh. Nicer. Oh, this opening bit is more square. I've been looking at another reference and got confused because there it's more round, but we can fix it. Excited to show you guys how I'm gonna do shoelaces. I think I've modeled maybe like 3 or 4 shoe pieces before in ZBrush. I really like using ZModeler to do things. Перебралась на Twitch удобнее. Кое-как нашла, почему-то по ссылкам через YouTube не переходила. Okay, I'll check my YouTube link. Well, it seems to be working on my side. Ольга, вы лучше. Тут немного конфуз. Меня зовут Лейла. Ольга — это автор концепта. Это ее концепт внизу. Вот этот вот чувачок. Меня Лейлой звать. But thank you. Thank you so much. There was a bit of confusion. So Olga is not my name. There is a link in the description with Olga Samoilova's work because she is the author of the concept. And I'm Layla. So I should probably put my links first so people don't get confused, because there's another one with Linktree. If you wanted to see my work, it's the next link. Ой, Лейла, простите, я в одном на канале прочла под описанием. Угу. Все хорошо. Как из Wings вообще красота. Не знаю, почему хочется хвалить и хвалить вас. Спасибо, да, как из Wings. Все детство вот как раз обожала Лейлу, персонажа. Надо замоделить. What is your process for creating the shoelaces? Do you have a curve brush for that? No, we can make one. Why not? Yeah, the process would be the curve brush. I either download one from the internet or I model one myself. We can model it on stream if you guys want. It's nothing crazy that I can see here. Although you would normally see the ties as well, right? The end bits. And here it's like a perfect bow. And we need to reshape this one to be more like an... Ooh, that's an interesting shape. Maybe when we zero mesh it, it'll be easier. Okay, there's some weird geometry here. I don't want to clip it. I want to knife curve, slice curve. Right, that's the one I'm looking for. Delete hidden, mirror, mirror and weld. Now let's zero mesh again. Something lower and lower. So if zero mesher is not giving you the results that you want, don't, if you have like 50 million, don't jump straight to like 0.1 target poly count, right? Because we'll struggle. So gradually decrease it, and then it will most likely give you the results that you want. Как украсть вас, чтобы научиться так же? Мой первый опыт в ZBrush, я сошла с ума там. Слепила что-то, текстурки нашла, не представляю, как скилл нарабатывать. Ничего, что пишу на русском? Нет. Как скилл нарабатывать? Ты не против, если я на английском буду отвечать? Типа переводить вопросы и отвечать? Так и тебе практика, и мне. Мне нужно на русском больше говорить. Ну, читать. How you develop a skill? That was the question. How to develop a skill in ZBrush. And for me personally, it was finding a couple of channels that I really liked. By channels, I usually meant people that sculpt in ZBrush and they have their own channels. So for me, it was two people. One of them, let me find her. One of them is Olga Anofrieva, different Olga from the concept artist. This one is an insanely talented 3D character artist. She has really good streams. But I discovered her a bit later, because the first one I followed religiously and watched every stream was Polygon. So I sent two links in the chat. One is Polygon, one is Helga, aka Ola. Both are great, and I watched every single stream that they had and absorbed all the knowledge that they have, wrote down some shortcuts, set up my own custom UI in ZBrush, because ZBrush can be very daunting at first. You open it and it looks nothing like any of his 3D software you've opened before, right? It can be overwhelming. These shoes will need a lot of polish. That's a problem for the future, Layla. Let's do crease and then dynamic and then increase the thickness of it quite a bit. Okay, that's fine. Let's do the same. So I start seeing the shapes better. So right now that they have been one-sided, it's hard to tell where it's going. Here it's a little bit better. Yeah, I watched almost everything they have. And then I participated in Polygon's Sculptober. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Might be easier to show. If I scroll all the way down, yeah, so these are all just Sculptober pieces. What is Sculptober? Let me scroll all the way down to where I started. I think this was the first one. 6 years ago, oh my god. So Sculptober is this challenge where it usually happens in October, hence the name. You are given a list by this official account of things you need to sculpt every day. You don't need to spend a lot of time on it. 2 to 5 hours max, 5 being like a lot of commitment. I would usually spend like from 3 to 4. And yeah, you have a prompt and you sculpt something. So the first one was Chomp, and this is a character from a very old series. I don't know if you guys know, Witch, similar to Winx, about like 5 girls with superpowers. I grew up watching it and I loved it. And so you follow the same thing. Second day, Curse. And the thing that came to my mind was Fiona from Shrek, because she's afflicted by a curse where she turns into an ogre. Again, poison. So my mind went straight to Snow White and the poisoned apple. And you don't need to render it and texture it. This was all just poly paint and ZBrush. And back then I used to do it in V-Ray Maya, which would take ages to render. Nowadays I could achieve the same result in Marmoset for much faster, maybe in like a few minutes of rendering. Go back. So why am I saying this? I believe that participating in Sculptobers, and I'll see if I can participate this year with how much workload I'll have. But that really boosted my skill, and it also made me less attached to my work. So there's a phrase called, it goes something like finished, not perfect. And it's a good mindset to have. Do you know of a website or resource for the color zones of the body? I've seen plenty of color zone ones for the head, wondering if there's also one for the full body. I have seen them. Where? Not sure. Color zones body. I'm literally gonna Google it. Although I'm pretty sure you've already done it. Oh yeah, I know this, you know when you can buy texture sets, texture maps for faces on like XYZ textures and stuff like that. Sometimes they'll have an extra texture in there called color zones. There's a thread on blenderartists.org. Let me send you a link. That's what I found. I don't know. Can be helpful. Another artist that has insane understanding of how the skin works. I'll send you the link. Probably already know them. Sheriff Dev, I'm not sure how to pronounce their last name. Devoud? David? Who knows? This guy, not gonna show too much because a lot of it is mature content and I don't want the stream to be taken down. But, oh my god. I don't know what's not gonna get me cancelled. Let's do hands. Okay. I think sometimes he includes even like albedo or like flat color matte caps in ZBrush. Maybe not on this one, but he is insanely good. His stuff for understanding of color. Boy. How's your day? Hi Mitsu. I'm doing good, thank you. Oh yeah, I remember XYZ texturing, it's been a while. Yeah, they've been around for a while. Well, thanks so much for the references, that's going to be helpful. Awesome. Oh yes, I love them so much, always see them on Twitter, right? Some colorful shoes, right? Took a screenshot of that section of the concept and put it into the Google search, and it found quite a few. quite a few colorful shoes. Some are even from Lidl, which I think is a big supermarket chain. Germany, I want to say. But yeah, these are cool. I'd wear them. They're indeed colorful, right? I think we should fight the millennial gray in every way, shape, or form. Unpopular opinion, but I love color in my life. I love color in my hair. I love color in my house. If I can wear a colorful piece of clothing, I will. Because gray is just too safe and too boring. I'm sorry. I just feel like people don't want to experiment, or maybe are afraid to experiment. But there's so many colors that would complement each individual person based on their hair, based on their skin tone, their eyes. There's like a whole science about it, I think. Not that I really got deep into it, but there are different, I think, types, or you fall into a certain category based on the combination of features that you have. There's like, I think they're categorized into seasons, so autumn, winter, spring, and summer. I think we should be wearing more colors that suit us. We used to. If you look at the old photos, kind of make fun of them, of like our parents' generation, or at least for me. The 90s were crazy, right? Model the socks first so the shoes fit nicely. Socks. Is that skin or is that socks? Because if he's wearing like ankle socks, the little short ones that are invisible, then they're invisible. You know, the ones that mimic the same silhouette of the shoe. I wear those. But yes, that's a valid point. I just don't see. I think it's his skin, not pink socks. Let me check. I wanna say it's his skin. What do you guys think? I actually tried to Google Lens it and found some really cool colorful shoes, right? I don't have enough color in my room. I wish I could fix that. Well, if you're on a budget, I always recommend just Facebook Marketplace search, if that's a thing in your country. Most countries it is. And then you can get some really good deals there, or op shops. I believe in giving old clothing second life. I myself wear a lot of secondhand clothing I bought a dress for $10 the other week, and it's in great condition. Oh, there was a funny comment under stream from last time I streamed, like a month ago, still in the previous place before I moved. So there were some really nice comments, and I'll reply to them when I have a minute. One of them was like, "Why did you dye your hair white? You look like a hippie." I'm like, but I am a hippie. In a sense. Since when did that become a bad thing? So you shouldn't judge people on their choices, and if you feel like you need to share your opinion about someone's looks, just don't. It's the kind of mentality I apply to my own life, you know? If you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it. Obviously, it applies to, like, you know, certain things, like giving compliments and stuff. Obviously, you should speak up if something is happening you don't agree with, but I don't think it applies to the case of my hair. A lot of my clothes are the same I wore 10 plus years ago. They still fit me well. That's great. Ah, right, it's hard to change clothes that already fit nice. You can add accessories though, right? It depends on your style, but you can wear like a baseball cap, or if it gets really cold in winter, you could wear like an accent scarf, or gloves, or beanie. Especially when one night shirt can cost 50 plus. Nice shirt. Yeah, well, again, it depends on whether you are open to buying secondhand. I think it's great. Saving the planet. I want to separate these two. Just wonder if now is a good time, because those will be the soles and the top part will be the top part. I know, crazy. Okay, let's Ctrl-Shift-D to duplicate it. Delete hidden. Geometry. Your measure. Maybe even lower. Okay, a little hack. A very fast way to create a polygroup based on normals. So let's say I wanted to polygroup the sole part. You just go to polygroups and you go to group by normals. It might not work and you need to adjust this angle to be a bit lower. There you go. Now it recognized that I want this part of the foot of the geometry to be separated by normals. Why I needed that is because I want to go to Crease and Crease PG, which is polygrips. Or polygrip border, I should say. Now it's going somewhere. Okay. Let's go in and take out a few loops because we don't need this many. That's better. It's easier to control this way as well. And try to stay as low poly as possible for as long as possible until I need to add another subdivision level. Are these shoes something in your personal style that you would wear? Yes. Because my style has not yet been found. I wear lots of different outfits. One day I can look very princessy with long fluffy skirts and shirts and stuff like that. Blouses, I should say. And the other day I'll be kind of like tomboyish with chunky New Balance shoes, ripped jeans or shorts, and oversized sweatshirt like this one. And then like a baseball cap. So yes, I can absolutely wear these. I would, if I could. They're really cool shoes. Probably costs about a few $100 in real world though. They almost look like some sort of special edition shoes, right? Because you rarely see shoes as colorful as these. And they're usually released in collaboration with like maybe another brand or a celebrity. We should also say shoes are so expensive in real life for no good reason. Like 200 plus for one pair. Yeah, yikes. That's why I like to surf the marketplace for a good deal, because sometimes people will order very expensive shoes and then they'll try them on and they'll be like a size or half a size too small, too big, and they'll can't be bothered sending it back to the place where they ordered from, so they'll try to sell it and they'll sell it for cheaper. God damn it, I got to turn on the infinite move. you ever have a project that you felt defeated? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There was one, more than one. Back then, I learned a valuable lesson almost every time that happened. I can quickly show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll quickly sign into my ArtStation and I'll show you my archived projects, because there are many. I have projects I feel defeated while I get maybe halfway finished and then give up. I'll answer one question in the next. Yes, that's an old... it's my graveyard of things I posted and then took down because half of them are not published. There was one piece that I thought would do so well and it did really badly, and then ended up on this, like, later on I got what went wrong and why it didn't do well. Let's preview it. So, no secret that I'm a huge fan of Ghibli's work, Studio Ghibli's. One of them being Spirited Away. I decided to do a fan art, because why not? But the one thing, and this is a cool shot, I still like it to this day, even though the character, there are many things I would want to say about the character. So first of all, why it didn't work was because I rushed things and I didn't spend enough time on the character design itself. And she ended up looking nothing like Chihiro. First of all, why is she white? Like, she has green eyes as well, even though pretty sure Chihiro doesn't. Anyway, there were many things that I thought I was so smart about, but in reality I wasn't. I do like that I took the time to do the presentation and show off everything, but I regret rushing things at the start where the character design had to be polished more. Also, don't post wireframes like that. Bad idea. First of all, well, the face and the body is kind of okay, but then everything else, flowers might be okay for like movie production, like cartoon, clothing all over the place. Yeah, just unless you are 100% sure your wireframe is good, don't do it. So that was one of the cases when I felt defeated. Why is her forehead so big? Why is her head so big? Anyway, I can go on for hours. And there were quite a few more. Lots of my speed sculpts from the Sculptober, as I mentioned at the start, they're good in some ways, but they're good for Instagram, right? Not so good for portfolio like ArtStation. Yeah, that was a big one. But about not finishing work, I do that all the time. Not good, but I try not to think about it as a defeat, more like I've spent that time, I've put in the energy, I've put in resources, right? I still got something out of it, which is experience and skill in some way, right? Even if I didn't post it and share it with the world. Try not to be too hard on yourself. It's already hard enough with like AI being bombarded by all of those negative LinkedIn posts about how layoffs are happening left and right. You don't need to beat yourself down for not finishing a project. Google Lens are suggesting visual match the little shoes. Maybe you should cop one. I might. They look really cool. I have a question. How can one start streaming from Max on ZBrush channel? Do they approach you? I started, I was saying like 2022? Yeah, 2023. I reached out to them because they were looking for streamers at the time and they had advertisement for it. And also, coincidentally, it was not that it contributed to it, but I don't know. The same year, I participated in ZBrush Sculpt Off, which is this yearly competition, and I somehow won, even though looking back again, woof, rough artwork, but the judges liked it for whatever reason, and I think some people from ZBrush team remembered me as this girl that sculpted that thing. And then when the thing came up, the opportunity came up with, we're looking for streamers, I messaged them or emailed them, and we got talking, and then they remembered my name, and yeah, I don't know, just things fell into place. How long ago was this? How long ago was this? Do you mean the Chihiro thing? The Spirited Away thing? 20, I wanna say? It's very nice. I was never able to figure out how to make decent hair cards. Those weren't even hair cards, that was X-Gen grooming. Back then, I wanted to work in film, in games. Your looks really nice. Oh, thank you. But he looks half bald there. Like he has like one row of hair and there's nothing else. Lots of things I could have improved, but you know, gotta let go. Textures and shaders look good. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Oh, it's just one of them. I have worse. Guys, I have worse. It's never a waste to try. You're practicing, which is better than nothing. Yes, exactly. Cool, thanks. By the way, love your hair, your playlist, and love how chill your personality is. Thank you, Fiction. That's really nice to hear. About the hair, the playlist, and the personality. Okay. How are we feeling? I feel like this opening is still too narrow. Let's fix that. Is there a word for what this is? Like this little tongue bit. The word in English. I can name it something proper in the subtool menu. That was called the tongue, I believe. The upper part, I think, is called the shoelace. It might be wrong though, don't quote me on that. I am so quoting you on that. DK Kashi said that this is the tongue and the upper part is called the shoelace. So it must be true. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know it was actually called the tongue. Or maybe subconsciously I did. Who knows? Who knows? The inner goings of this brain. I'm just uncreasing those two corner bits because they were creating that pinching that was ugly. Have to go, but have a very nice rest of your day. Thank you, me too. Have fun. Thank you. You too. Have an amazing rest of your day as well. Tree's not working for me. No. Let me check. Where is it? Just a month ago, I swear. It's working on my end. Like, you can't see it at all. This is the link. If you wanted to see my work anywhere, it's just which way? Layla, Viscu, ArtStation, Instagram, where else? YouTube. Everywhere it's the same. Hamka, welcome. Shows invalid response on my end. Must be some issue with my ISP. Search your name and got your station, so no worries. Awesome. I just have so many links that I don't like to put all of them in the description of YouTube videos or streams. But if you're saying it doesn't work, Okay, gotta lift the tongue a bit more. Another tip on how to feel more confident in ZBrush is to learn the hotkeys. I sometimes go really fast and people will ask me, oh, how did you do that? And I can't tell them until I actually sit down in front of the keyboard and see what my hands are doing, because it became such a hardwired connection in my brain that I don't remember anymore, and it saves me a lot of time. So control clicking on the model will blur the mask. Control clicking on the canvas will invert the mask. Control Alt clicking on the model sharpens the mask. I cannot imagine going to masking every time I need to do it. Blur, sharpen, grow, just scares me. The idea of it scares me. So I learned them all, and now I don't need to think, I just do. Kind of like driving a car, right? Or a bike. You don't think about it anymore at some point. I was right about it being called the tongue, but wrong about everything else. Well, I posted a diagram on Discord. Thank you, I'll inspect it thoroughly after the stream. Which is a perfect plug for my Discord as well. If you guys wanted to join our community, the link is also in Linktree. Yeah, Linktree. Down below. I'm trying to... I know, I've been really bad with my presence there. But I'm trying to reshuffle some things at work with my responsibilities. So I can come back to you guys and do hangouts like we used to. And I still want to do art challenges, maybe with prizes even, because I used to participate in those back when I was starting out, and I even won once. So yeah, it's in the works. I haven't abandoned you. I'm sorry if it feels that way. And for some reason, using the rectangle mask after zooming out the model softens the borders. What? Using a rectangle after zooming out? Ah, you mean like if you use it from far away and then zoom in? Huh. I know it works with lasso, so if you like, you know, do like this, it's gonna be a very smooth mask. Yeah. Works every time, but I didn't know about the rectangle mask. Or is it the last lasso? Yeah, I think lasso. You drag from far away, and then by default it's very soft, as opposed to, you see, very sharp. Okay, less yapping, Layla, more working. I'm honestly giving off more of like an introvert personality, but such a yapper at work. Just sit me next to anyone. I'll find something to talk about. Especially if we have common interests, right? Hobbies, anything, fandoms. Oh my god. We have a guy at work. He color coordinates his shoes to his shirts or like tops that he wears. And I'm so impressed by it every time. Every time he comes in, I give him a compliment because it's another level of dedication, right? Like, I am yet to color coordinate my wardrobe with anything. And every time I see him, it's like bright yellow sneakers, it's gonna be a bright yellow shirt. Like blue and purple sneakers, blue and purple shirt. And he makes it work. Because it might sound weird, it's not. It's beautiful. You guys are quiet, so let's just keep going. I know it might look like, what is she doing? She's rotating around the model and doing these very small insignificant changes. That's just how I work. If I see like a little kink that is contributing to the silhouette not working, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fix it before I move on to any other big part of the model. I don't know. Just how my brain works. He must have an amazing closet. Yes, pretty sure he does. Better than mine. Fine for now. What am I forgetting? Looking at like real shoes. I wonder how to model this little bit in front. Like an extra level of let's see. Changes things, but not too much. Let's push this one in, and then duplicate it, or Control-Shift-D on my keyboard. Disable dynamic, and we just need the soul part, and then we can delete hidden. And extrude an edge, like so. Another one. Close enough. And I believe they put them on the back as well sometimes. Though I can't really see one on the ref. Okay, so we don't have to. Some shoes do. So that you're currently a lead at Ubisoft? No. I'm not a Ubisoft lead. I am an associate lead at Gameloft. Not Ubisoft. Different scale. I was wondering as a lead what has been the most challenging thing for you. But I can tell you what has been challenging, for sure. So, most challenging is because it's an associate lead position, it's more of like transition? What's the word? More of a position of a transition between two roles. So my previous role was senior character artist. This one is kind of like a lead in training, but our studio size couldn't facilitate having a lead above me to train me, so due to these circumstances I wasn't given as much training, so I had to learn a lot on the go. Obviously I was supported, but yeah, that was tough. Still figuring it out, how to run meetings and stuff. I found the easiest part being feedback, because I've been doing it for a while now. I know how to do it without offending people too much, even though it still happens. Sometimes. But the hardest part has been, because it's a transition from one to the other, I still need to kind of finish all of my tasks. Like, I am part senior character artist, so I still work on characters. And then another part of me needs to give feedbacks and establish pipelines and write documentation and help everyone out, because everyone's stuff keeps on breaking, which is normal in the production. Just the reality of things. But yeah, it's been tough to balance the two, to be productive and actually do the work, and then assist people in them doing their work. Definitely an interesting position to be in. My bad, Gameloft. Yeah. I work with people from Ubisoft. Heard some interesting stories from that experience. Don't feel fully comfortable sharing them here. But if you guys wanted to ask me again, maybe on one of the Discord hangouts or something like that. That's the thing, the industry is so small. Smaller than you think. That cannot imagine that people think that they can, like, I'm not talking about Ubisoft in particular, but just like in general, if you ever do something bad at work or to your coworkers, or I don't know, just spread a bad word about yourself in one company, you cannot possibly think that it will stay within that company, right? Because the word travels so fast, and the industry, as I said, is tiny. You have to do your own work and also make sure everyone else is on track and develop pipeline as well. A lot of you ask me. You can share, but you won't tell anyone. No, it's okay. Just you can message me if you want to on Discord or Instagram. But yeah, not my story to tell really to a public. Just people have different experiences, right? At different companies. One can have a very miserable experience and the other can call it like the best job they've ever held. It's all subjective. Plus, I don't trust my storytelling abilities while I'm also focusing on modeling with ZModeler. My brain is not working at 100% capacity right now. I can say things that I don't mean to say in certain ways. Which is a scary part of being a streamer, that's for sure. That's the one thing I still find scary. But not cancelled yet, yay! But I've definitely said some weird things in the past. That's why I don't like to rewatch my streams. I'm like, yeah, that happened. Some people said things at the end, so they must have gotten something out of it, so that's good. Never watching that again. If you weren't doing 3D, what would be the job you would see yourself doing? Good question. And I actually have an answer. 2, in fact. Maybe 3. I have so many hobbies and interests. But I really like exercising and being structured and exercising. So could have been something along those lines, like a coach or fitness trainer. That was one. The second one, as a kid, and I still do it a lot, I baked a lot of cakes for every occasion, for all the friends, family members. I love decorating them. And even like sculpting from fondant, which is very similar to clay, now that I think about it. So, could be a baker or a fitness trainer. Or the third one is I'd like to do interior design. I think interior design is fun. I love decorating my own space and sometimes helping people decorate theirs. I could see myself doing that. Like doing mock-ups in Photoshop or even 3D, finding things on the budget, which is an important part. Not like when people think about interior designer, they think something fancy, like a high-paying job, and you work with these celebrities or whatever. But I'm thinking more like interior design on a budget. Because come on, in this economy, who can afford the $800 armchair? Thinking more like Facebook Marketplace finds and how you can style them, how you can find your own style with it, how you can DIY certain things. You don't need to buy everything brand new. Yeah, something like that. What about you guys? Considering you work in 3D right now, what would you do if you'd never found it? Something else? Well, you get to bake in 3D as well. Just the baking is way worse. Yeah, I know. Well, got what I asked for, I guess. Yeah, I much prefer baking in real life to this day than baking in 3D. It's gotten much better. Like, marmoset is lovely at baking. Love using it. But I still prefer to bake cakes to baking in 3D. Okay. Cool. Can't eat normal maps. What do you mean? Am I gonna be fine? Oh, you had some. Caving. I'd love to touch grass and be painted. Wow. That's awesome. And I love your reasoning. I don't know, for me it was always doing things for people. Now that I look back on those three that I mentioned plus 3D, it's always making a cake and gifting it to someone and seeing how happy they are when they take the first bite, or even if the cake didn't turn out great in taste, maybe it turned out great in the visual and they really like it. Had a few of those. With interior design, it's also just helping people. Helping people who live in rentals. Make them feel like they actually live in a home, not a house, right? Because there's a difference. Yes, 3D is the most selfish of them all, because most often I want to make 3D models for myself of the things that I want to do, but at the same time I'm picking someone else's concept and I want them to be pleased with the result, right? Ooh, hello, that's a new bug. um, so it is, in the end, again, making someone else happy, plus myself. I would love to do mountain climbing. Climbing useless rocks that no one cares about sounds fun. I watch a lot of bouldering videos and my friends are also like, who's watching... Oh, wait. And my friends are like, who is asking these people to climb rocks? That's awesome as well. I have a few friends at work that are really into mountain climbing and bouldering specifically. It takes crazy skill and athleticism. Like, they train hard. I think I tried rock climbing once indoors. It was, oh my god, my knuckles were bleeding by the end of it because I wouldn't notice as I was climbing how much effort I was putting into it just to stay on the wall and not fall off. So I would like dig my knuckles into like the wall that had a really rough texture. And by the end of it, I made it on top and then got lowered down. It was exhausting. Fun, but I don't know if it's for me. Oh man, I would love my friends gifted me cake. I'm horrible at having expression. I'm always deadpan expression, so sometimes I try to fake a smile, happy smile, but I know how creepy that smile probably looks. I mean, I don't think we're the best judges of our own character. I've been told things about myself, or told that I am that and that, although I would never think of myself that way, so maybe don't beat yourself too hard. You might see yourself this way. Doesn't mean everybody does. Like, you can't really take away other people's agency to feel a certain way, right? About you. They're gonna have their own opinion and can be very different from yours. So maybe they genuinely think that you are smiling in the real way, right? And you're trying to. You're the opposite, I'm always smiling. My younger brother is like that. You cannot catch the man not smiling. I should learn to be more like him. I have this like really weird expression when I'm working and I'm focused, and I look very unapproachable, but I'm just really focused. Always smiling people ooze sunshine energy. Yeah. Maybe a little bit flat here. Maybe we're just crying on the inside? No, don't say that. It means I need to check on my brother ASAP. He's bad at replying to messages. So am I, to be honest. Runs in the family. Things have so much extra fluff on top. I'm looking at it, like, it makes no sense. It's not like all of these panels are no longer functional, I don't think. They're just aesthetic. Let's do that. I'm just hesitant to do it because I want to finalize all the shapes first. Then I might as well like spend 3 hours finessing it and not getting anywhere. So let's just commit for now. Yeah, let's try that. I'm gonna duplicate it. Apply. So I want to have 2 subdivisions so I can, yeah, do something like that. Let's subdivide one more time. Delete lower. Delete hidden. Okay. Like this. I'm just trying to imitate the inverse of the blue part, so the white part. Okay. Obviously, proportions are a bit off, but I can always correct it later. Now we want to get rid of this bit because I know it's blue, but I think I want to make a separate piece from this one later. Hard to see what's going on there. It could be a creature from any universe, anime, cosmic, comic, movie, whatever. What would you be? Any creature. Any? Oh. Okay, so I'm an anime nerd. For those who don't know, there is this new anime called Witch Hat Atelier. It's really good. They have these little things called brush buddies. It's hard to explain. I'll just show. So they're like these noodles, but with legs. And they behave kind of like cats. And they're adorable. I want to be one. They're about like this big, size of a cat, but A long noodle. This should be my new avatar on Discord. I definitely put a lot of thought into that answer and didn't just go off on feelings from finishing an anime last night. They look like poop, I'm sorry. White? But they're white. What do you mean? No, they don't look like poop. No. No, they don't. They're very cute. I don't know if this makes sense. What about you guys? Same question. They do be cute. Okay. Oh, I can control W. Related, lead hidden. Also do mirror in world. Now go to deformation. Polish by groups. A few times. You know the drill. Go to geometry, zero measure. Zero measure. Realize Mossy never made an appearance. Let me grab snacks and she'll come running. 1 second, I'll be back. Here she is. Oh. Sense of smell is not really good. Come on. Good girl. She was sitting on my tablet before the stream. That's why I was late. No, kidding. I couldn't find my Ethernet cable, but you didn't help. No, you didn't. I can show one more snacks. Snack break, right? Off you go. You can go back to sleep. He loves butt pats. Because I've only had a cat once in my life before, when I was a teenager. And I never discovered that, but cats are freaks. They like butt pats. Some humans like it too. Touché. Hey, nothing against. Interesting. Okay. One's being naughty. I heard something along those lines from my neighbors. These walls here, very thin. Very thin. Whoever built apartment units in Australia, why build like that? Sometimes there are things you don't want to know about your neighbors. And now I do. Now I do. Okay. It's more or less clean geometry. Getting any more snacks? No, 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 no. Alright guys, there's a bit of interference from my cat. She's all over my desk. No, you cannot sit on my tablet. Go on. Okay, let's save and then maybe we can use the retopology brush, the new one, to move some things around here. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. I think it's snapping, which is good. That's what we want. Did not. Huh. Interesting. I thought it would snap to it by default. Guess not. Let's try again. Like snapping below the surface. Interesting. Okay, I'll need to investigate it after the stream. I thought that worked when I was working on Zelda here. It's a symmetrical mesh, almost. But I don't think I can mirror it. I mean, this side to that side. So we'll have to do it manually. That being said, I think I will do this. Do this. And this. And this. And I might even hide one of the feet. There you go. Much easier to work now. No. Okay, I think this part is a bit too low. Try and bring it up a bit. Fun story, if you guys follow me on Instagram, well, it's a short one, but yesterday I was staying up late to finish a gift for a friend. It's his birthday today. I was painting in miniature, and I also had to post the reminder that my stream is on this morning. And I was so tired because it was already like, I don't know, 11 or 12. And I ended up going to bed pretty late too. But let's say my brain wasn't braining, and I decided to post a story anyway. And what ended up happening is I set the timer not 11 hours ahead, which would have been when my stream would be on, but 11 months ahead. Yeah, that happened. Then I had to correct it this morning because kind people on Discord messaged me and said that I set the timer to 11 months. Otherwise, I don't think I would have noticed, honestly. Now I think that would be a good idea to reproject. But first, let's delete a few polylips. Mossy is trying to get my cursor on screen because I like move from one side of the screen to the other very fast. And she treats it as a toy, playing with her. Yeah, I always like to save before I project anything. Been burned too many times before. To project, this guy, top of this guy. Wait, let's just hit project. Hope for the best. Sweet. Projected it. Can now inflate it slightly by holding Control and clicking on the yellow square in the middle and dragging. There you go. Okay, much better. Supposed to make this part a bit more inflated later once I'm happy with all the shapes. Maybe needs another loop here. Not perfect, but it's getting there. At least we have all the shapes needed. Let's do one more shape of a trim around. And then I'll need to go have breakfast because my stomach is making noises. Usually, stomach terms, that means that I'm hungry. Fine for now. Let's just make it less. So that's better. Do not recommend sculpting on an empty stomach. You will get agitated and then work won't flow. If we zero mesh it, it will look better. Slightly better. Now, to create this border, simplest way would be to duplicate this one, delete. Just gonna paint this row. Something like that. Just cleaning up this topology a little bit so it flows nicer. There you go. And there you go. Now we can move it. Oh my god, I love your work. I went to your art station and saw that you created the Jinx puzzle. Love your art style. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a piece for art competition last year? No, maybe 2 years ago? No, a year and a half ago? By Zug, which is this, I think, outsourced studio. And they have their own courses on hand painted textures. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to participate. I think I burned out at the end though, because yeah, I put in a lot of work, and hand painted style is not the one that I feel exactly comfortable in. And you can see it in the piece. It's decent, but there could have been a lot of improvements to the textures. I cannot sit on my tablet, Moshi. Yeah, I'll take a picture and then I'll post it on Discord as evidence. Go on. Hi Kazi, welcome. Probably not the way. So You live in the United States? No. I live in Australia. Brisbane. I don't know how I feel about this border. Kind of like connects into nowhere. Maybe I should have made these two connect. Unsure. Let's put some colors on and see. How's the industry there in Australia? It's doing fine. There aren't a lot of game studios there. Here. There are a few film studios. I wouldn't say it's booming, but it's fine. I haven't seen as many layoffs announced in Australia as I've seen in the States. I mean, I know I'm lucky to have a job and I'm grateful for it, but yeah, it's fine, I guess. There just aren't as many opportunities here as there are in the States. It's facts, but also the competition isn't as big as it is in the States, if I were to compare the two. Yeah, I'll need to figure out what I do with that one. Or like overlay it on top, or I don't know. Okay, it's fine for now. Obviously, I'll need to refine it later and get rid of the creasing. But my stomach can't take it anymore. I need to get something in my system if I want to get going with this. And also, my stream time is up, It's been 2.5 hours. Thank you, bye. Please, please. And I think we'll do shoelaces next time, and maybe I'll do it off stream. We'll see how much free time I'll get. I don't know, maybe I like it wider. Okay. Wider it is for now. Okie dokie. I think that's me for now. Do you guys have any questions before I go? If you don't, I'll be wrapping up. Can be anything about software or 3D in general. The stream, have a good breakfast. Well, that's a sentence. Thank you for coming. I still have some energy in me, so I think I'll have breakfast and I'll come back and I'll do some more work. I might hang out in Discord. I finally have a mic that isn't broken, which is great. But yeah, you might find me there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the link is in the description to my link tree. And there's a link to Discord as well. Anyway, seeing that you guys don't have many questions, I'll be going. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again, same place, same time, in a few weeks, about 4. I usually stream once a month here. And yeah, have an amazing rest of your day. See you.